We are back and we are playing Sonic Adventure. You guys hear me right? We're playing Sonic Adventure today. Basically, I'm gonna, oh, hold up. We need to turn that sound up, and yes, every time I need to turn the sound up, it's that inconvenient. That's what I get for buying a $200 computer, or $300, I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, basically, I'm gonna play through it. Brand new file. Sort of a different game idea.
Select a character.
Basically, every character we meet and interact with over the cutscene, we're going to be playing as them in their campaign. And then when we interact with another character in their campaign through a cutscene, we're going to play in their campaign, and we're going to see how far we can get. And we'll do like a few live streams of this, and hopefully some of you guys will want to watch it. Anyway,
Let's get him.
Let's actually, again, we need to turn this down a little bit. Just a little bit, so the volume of my beautiful voice, I'm being sarcastic, of course, but my beautiful voice can be heard. Alright. I find it funny that, you know, they even think that, you know, well, actually, interestingly enough, they get, there's actually a lot of different interesting things. Okay, number one, they think they can shoot him, but it would just go through him. Yet it didn't even go through him, it bounced off of him. And I don't know. It's a Sonic Adventure. It doesn't have to make sense. This game came out. It's oh no. Sonic trivia. Oh boy. I did freshen up on this game before I am playing it now, so a little bit before, because was a little bit too used to the Generations controls, because I've been playing that for a bit too much recently, so I've been a bit rusty on the controls for Sonic Adventure. And hopefully, we will get through a good portion of the game in this segment. But if not, we're going to have to live stream a little bit more. But this should be fun. This should be really fun, I hope. Here we go. We got a old egg boy.
It's Chaos, the god of destruction.
Oh my gosh, the most iconic laugh Eggman has ever had. You just heard it there. You just heard it there. Alright, we're gonna skip this, because, I mean, I don't want to watch too many cutscenes. I want to just, you know, hurry through the gameplay, but watch a few. Anyway, this is how rusty I am. I see, I told you I was rusty. Look at that. I'm not. Alright. Also, I wanted to do sort of the same thing with Generations, but with Generations, I feel like I have a lot less to talk about. Like, with this, it feels, a lot easier to talk. I don't know what it is. Okay. Wow. Wow. Hey, hi, Blake. Hi, Blake. How's it going? Hello. Hello, Blake. In chat. Wow, alright. Alright. And then we got the most iconic part of this whole game right here. So that's nice. I did enjoy, or at least think it was a good concept, that is, with the whole spectacle, adding a few spectacle moments in, which I think did tie into, sort of tie into what they did in Adventure 2 with Truck and everything else, you know, in City Escape. Oh boy, here we go. All right, see, yeah, this is what I said when I said rusty. I promise I get better. But anyway, as I was saying, City Escape, they did sort of follow that pattern, but it wasn't as pronounced, because I feel like City Escape was the only one they really followed that pattern. I don't remember too much memorable spectacle moments from the game, which is, in some people's opinion, a good thing. Not. It really just depends. I mean, a lot of people say Advance 2 was just a spectacle, and really, I think it was just another take, and a good take, some could say, on what Advance had already, a good take on the formula that Advance had already built off of. And I think it did good at what it wanted to do. It wanted to be fast-paced, and it sometimes is difficult to keep that fast pace in Advance 2. And so, with that being said, Advance 2 was a good game, and I like all Advance games. They all do something different, and for me, if I'm in a certain mood to play a certain kind of game, I can just go to a certain Advance game that I want to play. And that is Tails' story. Okay, let's go to Tails' story now. We'll do Tails' campaign. This will be something interesting to kind of do, I felt. Alright, Tails. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a certain amount. We're going to go all the way until we encounter Knuckles. Then we're going to do a Knuckles portion. After, we're going to do this bit of Tails portion all the way until we get to the Knuckles portion. From there, what we're going to do is go all the way to the Knuckles portion with Sonic. And then we can do that, but it'll just be flip-flopping between Sonic and Tails if we're just doing it the way I just said. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to get to there. That way it's a little more evened out, and it's not leaving the game and going in a different campaign every 5 seconds. Anyway. How is everyone doing? Sonic and Tails. Okay. Alright. From now on, we don't, okay. From now on, what we don't want is, what I don't want actually, right now, with this live stream is, dead air. That's actually what I want, what I don't want, you know. So, you know what? I don't want any dead air. Okay, well, alright. Either I suck, or that was just the game being very bad at, being a game. Anyway, I don't want any dead air, because, you know, it just feels very boring. That's why I specifically chose Adventure, because Adventure is much, much easier for me to say stuff about than I could talk about any of the other Sonic games. Much, much easier. Anyway, let us complete this. From here, we hopefully move on to, Shadow what now? Okay. Okay. Anyway, from here we move on to Windy Valley.
All systems.
Okay.
Full
This is where we hit him.
He's not gonna get away with
I need to remember that and not be too focused on other distractions going on around me. Also, little neat thing, not really too spectacular, but I did notice that
all systems.
with every hit,
Full power.
whenever on his first hit, he'll launch one set of missiles. On his second hit, he'll launch two, and on his third, of course, he'll launch three. I just noticed that and decided I'd say it because I noticed it. Anyway, all right, Eggman's got the Chaos Emerald, and now we fly up here, and we get this annoying thing that never wants to be picked up. See, look. And also, this thing has no rotation. This thing does not rotate. It is on the same axis. Look at this. This thing stays on the same axis. So, well, it rotates here, and that's the only time we see any movement from it at all. Anyway, on to Windy Valley, arguably the best level in this game. So, yeah. We should be... Also, I know a lot of people do skips. And skips, for me, it's like you're taking the whole fun of playing the level out of the game when you're skipping half the level. Just play the level of the game, and it'll be fun because you're playing the game instead of skips. Skips just have never felt like... Even if I know how to perform a skip, I don't ever want to ever do that. It just feels you're robbing the fun you could have with the game by just performing stupid things that you didn't need to in the first place. The game was designed for you to play it a certain way and to have fun playing it that way, not to mess it up by playing it by taking advantage, that is, of the problematic coding that was put into the game. Anyway. Hey, Blake, you still there?
That wasn't too bad. The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Alright. Now. Oh, man. I must be having some sort of, some sort of lapse in, like, okay. Okay. Alright. Anyway. Anyway. Oh, hi, Blake. Anyway. What we have left here is we are going to go to Casino Night. I do not like the casino zones whatsoever. I hate them. Even in Sonic 2, the constant just bouncing around at random is never felt good to me at all. I've always hated it, and I always will hate it. It's not a good idea. I don't like the casino stages, not only because most of them are boring, and they are, but also because the casino stages are just, their aesthetic is very much... Oh no, this is blurry. Oh no, I believe I've caused a blur in my... Well, this is not good. There we go. No longer blurry. There we go. Much better. I did not even notice that. There we go. That is a lot better.
See you later, Tails.
Okay.
All right, Tails.
Sonic's. All right, Tails. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of your voice. I don't want to. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
When
All right, Tails.
I have never, and I'm being honest, I have never experienced. Oh no. This is great. Okay, we're off to a great. Oh wow, this is great. This is wonderful. Yeah, this is not okay. We are not doing good. We are not in a good position.
See you later,
And
Tails.
I don't know. I just never have liked any of the casino stages whatsoever. The casino stages are just aesthetically and not just aesthetically. They are normally just boring because they are boring. But also just because A, they're boring, B, they're aesthetically terrible. See, in Sonic 2, they had a very bad first impression and introduction because we got to see the casino stages in a negative light. We okay. Oh, whoa, hold on. Stop everything. Halt everything. Okay. Well, we saw her. Anyway, the casino stages in Sonic 2, the casino stage in Sonic 2, zone, I should say, was awful. It was my least. Every time Metropolis Zone, it's a nice challenge to play. Okay, Casino, Casino Night or whatever you want to call it. I can't even remember right now. My brain shot, but you were bouncing around. I just take a sigh. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. It is my least favorite stage in Sonic 2 because you're just bouncing around constantly. You're just it's not fun at all. I don't like it, and I don't blame you if you don't like it either. It's anyway. And anyway, see, this is what I'm talking about. I have a lot more things to say whenever I'm playing this game versus any other game. Anyway, like I said, like Sonic Adventure, not Sonic Adventure. What am I saying? Sonic Generations couldn't do it. Could not come up with something to say. Although I will say about Sonic Generations on the topic, although I prefer the original, definitely prefer the original, which that's just my bias towards, it being original and me thankfully having the original. I'm just saying the original being rare is just something that makes me be proud that I have a digital copy of the original on Steam. But anyway, I to put it bluntly and very simply, do not have a powerful computer, so I cannot run Sonic X Shadow Generations for some reason on it, and a bunch of other games. Like there are certain games that could run like Sonic Origins that just don't because of the intros for some reason. But that's what I get for buying a sucky computer. Yeah, I guess that's what I get for buying a sucky computer. So yeah. And does anyone want to tell me why Sonic Generations is the only Sonic game that I seem to ever get to save any of my progress on? Like I'll have progress on Sonic Generations and it'll save, but if I get a new computer and I log into my Steam account and download Sonic Adventure 2, I would have lost all my progress. Speaking of Sonic Adventure 2, the run is alive, and I'm going to get Green Hill Zone eventually. And when I do, I'm going to make a post about it, and I'm going to be, happy and very much, happy about it. But until then, we we will be grinding, and by we I mean me. I had an idea for like a not Sonic Generations challenge. That challenge being basically Sonic only slides, and you just go slowly the entire time. And I've already played a few stages with it, and I'm like, okay, realistically, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what it is about Sonic Generations, but it just causes my brain to get shot, and my brain to be shot. So my brain just shuts off, and so I don't have anything to talk to. Otherwise, so it would just be Sonic sliding around the whole time. Oh wait, here we go. Here's Knuckles, and there's okay.
What are you doing, Knuckles? Don't mess with me now.
Okay. This just reminded me of the voice. Also, watch this. Watch this. Yeah, everyone talks about this. I know, but I'm going to talk about it too. Look at this.
Give it your. Oh no.
Yeah. Ended. 2 seconds. That's how terrible some of these boss fights are. Anyway, like I said, Sonic would just be sliding the entire time, and it would just be me silent, just locked in, trying to finish this, finish the run. If I did that kind of thing with Generations, so yeah, not a good idea for live stream. This, on the other hand, it's fun to play. I need to get back into it. I'm kind of rusty, as you can tell. And we're gonna just be playing different campaigns again, and I'm gonna just be doing it in an interesting order because I like to be a little bit different. And I'm gonna see if I can entertain y'all and be a bit entertaining. I do hope for the non live viewers that hopefully watch in the future will find this entertaining enough to watch, and those of you who are here will find this entertaining enough to watch to stay. Anyway, we are I mean, I could talk about a lot of things when it comes to Generations, mainly that being the modern Sonic levels are 100% greater and better in every single way possible than the classic Sonic levels, and that's just a fact. And I have kind of gotten into the classic Sonic levels. I've been doing all the missions and everything. And your assumption is correct, by the way. Speaking to you in chat. Anyway, Blake. Anyway. So we're changing. By the way, guys, the person I'm referring to as Blake, he's my cousin. Anyway, well, like I said, classic Sonic in Generations is no, I just he and I've played it before. I've gotten quite the exposure to, classic Sonic, and hello. I have gotten my fair share in playing, classic Sonic and Generations, and I just don't like him. It's just a preference, I guess. And I know a lot of people will agree with me and a lot of people will disagree with me, but you don't have to defend classic Sonic just because it's classic Sonic. Really. If we're being honest, it's classic Sonic. And, if it's a Sonic game and it's bad, it's bad. And Generations is not bad, right? But classic Sonic in Sonic Generations is not as good as modern Sonic in Sonic Generations. He feels more like an oversight, like a last minute thought. And he obviously wasn't like a last minute thought, but you can definitely tell most of the budget went more into perfecting the gameplay style from Unleashed into and colors into perfecting it rather than classic Sonic. I mean, classic Sonic was more cheap. You could tell by the fact that he was so slow, and to compensate for that, they just instead of making him faster and experimenting with that, they just gave him an overpowered spin dash. Anyway, all right. Knuckle stages, and I know this will be a controversial thing, but knuckle stages are not my cup of tea. They are 100% my least favorite gameplay style. Okay, wow. What? Okay. Oh. The game was playing with me. Made me think I died, and then it made me think I didn't die, and then okay, whatever. You know, Knuckles' gameplay style is 100% the worst gameplay style in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Biggs is really easy, by the way, when you get to know it, which I'm gonna probably have to look up a tutorial when I get to him and figure out how to do it because I can't remember. But when you look up a YouTube tutorial on it, next time you're playing Sonic Adventure, trust me, his is the easiest and fastest campaign to clear. Also, another controversial opinion, and I'll show you whenever if we get to Amy's portion, but Amy's portion is my favorite portion, as it is the most fun to me. And you're thinking, what? How could that be possible? I'll just explain to you. That is later, because it's much easier if I show you than tell you. Man, where are the shards here? I'm like, oh my gosh. This level in particular is annoying for the simple reason that we have cars constantly driving in our way as we're trying to traverse this level. And yeah, and that happens all the time. And we got the other Knuckles levels that have not interesting, I meant frustrating things that happen as well, all the time. So that's nice to have. Anyway, I did not. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Lock in, lock in, lock in. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Let's find it. Let's find these so we don't have to be stuck on Knuckles' levels this whole time. I want to get past this bit and then be home free for a second. I really, dude. Oh. Yeah. By the way, that happens normally. And so, no, he is not. No, he is not. Like, anyway, he is not a good friend like you. Anyway, this, which of course your friendship is put into question anyway. Most days. Anyway. Oh, I just passed right by it. Alright. We got past that. Now we're gonna have to go to the casino level. Again, one of the worst levels here. So this is gonna be fun. Real fun. I don't think the camera will adjust for some reason. And that is not a good thing because we want it to not be all what we call blurry. Oh great. This is not good. You see that? This is your target. Lock on. Yes, you had better, Knuckles. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, lock in. Lock in. Here we go. Oh, boy. This is not going to be a fun level. Again. And I'll say it again. Casino does not equal... Okay. People say water level, bad time. Ice level, not a nice level. Okay. Casino level seems to be where people draw the line. Like, nah, casino levels, they're kind of fine. No. I'll deal with a nice level every once in a while. And a water level, sure. You know what? Let's do it. We'll have a water level every once in a while. Casino level? That's where I draw the line right there. Nope. No casino levels. I'm sorry. I said what everyone was thinking, and I was right about it. And if you disagree, you're wrong. That's just how it works. Anyway. Now, I should definitely say something in regards to the project. And I would have to say that, script writing for episode 1 has, not only, been completed, and is being worked on as of now, and Project Turing episode 2 will definitely be worked on very soon, as I finish the script, and I'm 100% working quite hard to give you guys something to enjoy while waiting. So I'm not just gonna be working on the project and leave you guys without any content to enjoy from me whatsoever. But definitely do be on the lookout for that. It'll be a little while, but I definitely would not forget about that. I definitely would keep that in the back of my mind as these next few months are moving forward, because you never know. You might just miss episode 1 for a little while, and that's not something we want to do. Something just thought about, by the way. I just thought back to thought I wanted to talk about and cover right here. Let's talk about Sonic X, okay, for a second. Anyway, let's talk about Sonic X. It's Sonic X being the one of the best, in fact, the best show. Oh, see, look at that. That right there is a good sign, because I probably would have been here all day if it weren't for that. Anyway, Sonic X being the best show in the series and franchise whatsoever. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. Anyway, it's okay. Number one, animation. For for how many episodes there are and how much screen time, you might call the animation low budget, you might call it whatever, but really Sonic X, had a lot it had to do, and you can't make a whole cinematic movie out of, every moment and still make it as long as it was. There's reasons why there's certain shows like the Knuckles show that only have certain episodes, like only like 8 episodes or something like that. Look, we got Cream right there. Sonic and Tails. Anyway, there's certain shows that obviously have more budget that needs to go in every frame, so therefore that's a lot less screen time, because again, you can't spend you can't spend the amount you'd spend on a movie for like half of a season at that. Like a season of a show, realistically, shows, I know movies are more thought of as having bigger budgets, but when we think about it, seasons have a lot more you need to do, a lot more you need to work with, because you have a lot more screen time, you have a lot more writing, you have a lot more visuals you have to make. So, oh my gosh, I just died. Anyway, you have a lot more things to make with a show versus a movie. When a movie is only an hour long of screen time versus, a TV show, which could possibly have who knows how much time a TV show has? Like, if you have like what? Take a casual TV show with like 20 episodes that's like 10 minutes long. 10 minutes times 20, 10 times 20, that's 200 minutes versus a movie that's like an hour, that's 60 minutes. So you think you compare the minutes, which one is going to have require, that is, a bigger budget? It's from my logic and from what I know. Again, I'm just an idiot here, but again, I don't really know the statistics, but from what I know, like, it should cost more. So when it comes to an animation aspect to Sonic X, 100%, it's not for the greatest, but at the same time, if it wasn't as cheap as it was, I don't think we would have gotten the amount of screen time. And it does what it needs to do. It's good enough to, you know, make the scenes that needed to be made and make them look good enough, but also be cheap enough to fit so much screen time. And as for the voice acting in Sonic X, I think that's the best voice acting. And we just won. Look at that. I think that's the best voice acting of any. Okay, Sonic was the best. He had the man, the myth, the legend himself voice acting him. Man, now I can't remember. Man, what was his name? What was his name? Ryan Drummond, Roger Craig Smith. What was the name? The Unleashed guy. That's like I said, my brain has been infected with the idiocy, and the forgetfuls. That is what has happened to me, unfortunately.
Wasn't there something shiny in the cave?
Ooh, shiny in the caves. We gotta look for that. Knuckles goes for anything that's shiny. And also, to answer your question, Blake, no. No. Why am I going here? To answer your question, Blake, no. Anyway, the best voice acting, we had the best voice actor for Sonic. We had debatably the best voice actor for Cream and Knuckles. I think the Knuckles also, actually, no, I'm not even gonna bring up the writing just yet because we'll handle this in segments. But
you've got a shovel claw. Now
anyway,
you can dig through dirt and stone. Press the jump and action button.
Okay. Anyway, so the voice acting for with the kind of script we had, the Knuckles voice actor was perfect. The Shadow voice actor though, and I understand it was the same voice actor we got in later games. So yeah, I'm not dissing it. So yes, it was the best voice actor for Shadow in my opinion, but he just didn't do as good of a job in the beginning as voicing Shadow. So in Sonic X, he was not my favorite voice for Shadow at the time, right? But still, all my favorite voice actors for all the characters, and Cosmo only got one voice actor throughout the entire series, and I think that not just because that's her first voice, but I think that would be, even if she had other voices, I think that would still be considered her best voice overall, 100%. Just because it's just so what Cosmo is, and that's just a show exclusive. But don't get me started on the writing, because the writing. Now I understand you might say the writing was a little bit cheesy and stuff like that, but when it comes to the characters and the characterization, which is what I care the most about, you'll find when it comes to writing, it was the best. Because oh, hold on, we're gonna pause this for a second. Let's just have a little bit of a conversation here. Knuckles' character was handled the best in Sonic X, and I don't care what you say. It would it's his character was handled the best, because not only did we have the angry aspect of Knuckles, we got the caring aspect of Knuckles. He felt three-dimensional. He may have been angry sometimes. He may have been, a little upset every once in a while. But listen, we also got to see the thing we'd never see. We got to see him trust Eggman, but it wasn't because, because he's for some reason thinks Eggman is some great guy and Sonic is betraying him again. Like, no, Knuckles is not an idiot in the show. But instead, Knuckles is it's a callback to his original characterization where he's trusting and he sees the best in people. And I think that was handled well, especially the mix of them. I don't think you could have gotten a better way to mix and merge his angry personality with his caring self, and also merge that with, his trust and loves to see the good in people better than they did with Sonic X. And I say Knuckles is just like, he's an example, but he's the best example because he was written, in my opinion, the best in that show. You have other characters that are probably written much better in the games, in certain games, and it's all up to opinion. Except for this one bit, Knuckles was just written best in the show, and it doesn't matter what you say. Anyway, yeah, so writing was a 10 out of 10. Animation, it may have not been something great, but it did what it needed to do and got done what it needed to get done. And if I don't find these shards, I think I might not enjoy the rest of my existence playing this game. Honestly, where are these? Have I been running around like an idiot? There's like clues that say this way. Oh no, I wasted those, didn't I? Why don't I follow these? Where have I been going this whole time? I've been too busy focusing on yapping about how good Sonic X is than actually focusing on finishing this game. Alright, lock in. Let's lock in for like 5 seconds and find this. That way we don't have to worry with it. And I'll see how much more I can praise Sonic X as we continue. But, anyway. Sonic X, great show. I know people like to dunk on Sonic Prime, and for good reason, right? It wasn't the best show. It could have been so much more. Especially with giving Sonic an actual character arc instead of making him just seem like he snapped into changing. When in actuality, he didn't really even do anything to begin with. He was already who he was in the beginning. They just had situational stuff happen, to make it look like Sonic was a bad guy, even though we saw it. So it was like, anyway, they could have made it so much better, and they could have made the villains much more threatening and antagonizing. They could have made a lot more multiverses and a lot less generic things. They could have had callbacks, entire worlds that were callbacks to other parts of the franchise. It could have been so much more. But still, I enjoyed myself all the way through. Did not enjoy 9, Sonic being unserious the whole time and being too nice to 9. I think if he would have said, like, hold on, listen, hear me out. Tell me if think this would be great, but like 9 and Sonic standing there, and Sonic says to him, and this would be like the line of the episode, like the line basically says, you know what, 9, you were right. Maybe you're not my friend after all. Like, dude, the potential for that, they were building that up. Sonic could have actually gotten mad, but instead he was like, oh no, we're buddy old pals, we're friends. No. He could have stood up to 9 and said, you betrayed me. You and your selfish self decided you wanted to take the shards and stop me from going to my home. You decided you wanted to make your little world by yourself and to take my home and just destroy all these other people's homes. So now, maybe you weren't my friend, and so now I'm going to take it and handle this by myself, because maybe you can't be trusted. Dude, they were building up to that. They could have done that, but no. What did we get instead? We got Nine being an absolute jerk to Sonic, and then we got Sonic just taking it and acting like, you know what? That's fine. You know, we're friends anyway. Yeah, okay. It could have been so much better. Uh, and as to the other shows, like the old shows in the that came out in the Sonic OVA, haven't seen it. I've really been meaning to watch it. Accidentally, never did get to do that. Definitely will watch it before next live stream. That way I could say something about it. But yeah, I'm not really sure too much about the Sonic OVA. And as for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I want to leave that for next live stream. That way I have something to talk about. You know, other than because I'm gonna run out of things to talk about eventually, and you know, with this nonstop talking that I do, I don't wanna waste anything. So I want to think of stuff that I won't normally think of, and what I won't normally think of, I don't think, is oh yeah, let's like one thing I will say, and I'll probably repeat this in the live stream next live stream whenever I talk about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and its potential. But anyway, uh, Cream the Rabbit as a character, being shunned from the main cast to being just a side character who barely shows up. That's disrespect right there. She was a mainstay in the franchise, being a main character, and now Cream the Rabbit is just a character that, you know, never shows up ever in the franchise whatsoever. And y'all, if and those of y'all watching right now, please stick with me. I'm just gonna find this emerald and focus on this, so we're not watching me just bumble around for the next like 5 minutes while I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about. And I'll just be like silent for like 2 seconds. I promise. I'll go back to yapping if that's what you like. In a moment. Wait, no. Tikal. Wait, Tikal. She will help me. Like that they came up with Omochao. They wanted a mainstay because they knew Tikal could not fit in Sonic Adventure 2. She was. Oh, come on. She could not fit in Sonic Adventure 2 because she wasn't part of the story. So they needed a character that would be a mainstay, sort of like a. Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere finally. We are getting somewhere finally. But they wanted a character, I'm assuming, that would be sort of like a mainstay to the series. And Omochao was it. He was the mainstay tutorial guide, if you want to call it that. Anyway, back to Cream. She was a mainstay in a main character, part of the main cast, and they try to include her in every story, and then now they don't. And it was such a good dynamic, you know, including Knuckles somehow, and including Tails, obviously, and Sonic, of course. Sonic being the catalyst of the adventure, Tails is always by his side. Somehow it is involving the Chaos Emeralds or the Master Emerald in some way, so Knuckles obviously has to get involved. Also, Knuckles' glide is not nerfed and does not slow down in this one, so that's good. Anyway, and then, you know, you had Cream, who was always just there. You know, she was just there just to be there. She never, like, had introduction, although she didn't need an introduction. She was just there because she was welcome there. And I like that. But anyway, right here, I think this is where we'll end it off. And not just yet. We want to finish this bit right here, this segment right here. Oh, okay. Let's finish this fight between them. and just look how easy this is. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look how easy that is. Anyway, once we finish this chaos fight, we'll just finish. We'll just be done for the day, and then we'll come back some other time, I guess. And my vocal cords are not having a good time right now. But anyway, those of you who have enjoyed it, who are watching afterwards, or even who are watching now, you know, I would appreciate it if you just commented that you enjoyed it or something like that. I don't know. I just want to ensure that everyone is here because they enjoy it, and you know that I should keep doing these because it's enjoyable, and I'm talking enough to make it such. Or maybe I need to talk less, or maybe I need to talk more. I'm not really sure. But if you have enjoyed it, do comment that, and it will. I'll definitely do this more often. Anyway, with these last few hits, I suppose I should just finish up my conversation about what I was saying about Cream, because you know, I am glad she's in the Crossworlds game, and I hope, and in the new project, right? I hope to sort of include her in the story like we would normally see, like the franchise should be every game. So like the dynamic we should see every game, but we don't ever see anymore because they just like kicking Cream out for some reason. And you know, let's not even talk about Sonic Team Racing, which was like the biggest disrespect to her name like ever by putting Chow instead of her. We're saying Chow are more mature than she is, and she can't even be in a racing game. Buddy, that's disrespect. But anyway, Cream Rabbit will hopefully make return, and I hope for that to be sort of like the message we want to send Sega with this whole thing. Like, I hope we can get a few people to kind of express their upset, because they are willing to listen to the fans. And if we can sort of make something out of this and make it big enough to the point where Sega says, you know what, we want to you know make a change, then hopefully well, then we would have done something, right? But we'll pick back up on Sonic's portion next time. Now again, if you're curious what's going on, basically what we're doing is every time a character in their campaign sees another character through a cutscene, we're going to move to their campaign and go from there. And that is if we can move to their portion. If it's Eggman, obviously we can't. And if in the case like Knuckles, we see Sonic and Tails, well then what do we do there? Because we just saw 2 playable characters. What we do there is we do the most prominent character in that cutscene, which was Sonic. And so we're going to move to Sonic in the next one. But obviously I didn't want to do this in the beginning because it'd just be flip-flopping between Sonic and Tails all the time. Alright. Anyway, I think that is it. I think that is where we end it. Let me know if I should do this again. I look forward to doing it again sometime. See ya. Bye.